Hey guys, how you doing? So, quick life update as well as a Smite update. Um, Lately, unfortunately, my mental health has not been so great. I know a lot of you have kept up with me since I started the ECT, the electroconvulsive therapy, and a lot of you have hoped that along the journey I would just progress and get better over time. And I definitely have in many ways. I mean, like I say, I always credit the ECT more than anything to the fact that I'm still here. And without it, I don't think I would be. So, more than anything, it has saved my life in many ways. But unfortunately, I guess just the journey itself and the strife is not over. I've relapsed a good two or three separate times now, and come back over the relapse, like recovered from it, but also, unfortunately, just have had it return. I guess too many times, more than once at this point. It's too many times. So yeah, and just the relapses themselves have been unfortunately extremely just excruciating in terms of the extent of the depression and just how far things got and how grim they got and how hopeless things seemed at the time. So unfortunately, there's that. But I am most likely going to be shortening the time between the ECTs and between the sessions of them. So hopefully that will keep me going strong. They kind of like do it by trial and error to see how much they can extend the time between them without, without having your potential for a relapse be too high. So obviously with me, it seems like we've probably extended them. We were doing every 3 weeks having a different session, which when it started, I had been doing it every week, 3 times a week. So it's quite different, the maintenance versus the actual like intensive therapy sessions for it that you start out with. So the maintenance, they really got to gauge for each person where you should be at. So right now, that's where I'm at with the ECT. I'm going in on Tuesday to find out how they want to proceed and to also have a session then. Hopefully, things can progress there in such a way that I don't have as much of a problem with the memory as a result, because unfortunately, um, I hate the memory problems so much. We joke about them. We have an emote about it. I joke so much with my family about it, with my girlfriend Jen. But more than anything, the memory problems hurt so badly. Like, I've always tried to imagine like what amnesia must be like, and what kind of pain you would experience by just having crucial parts of your life disappear. Just have them removed. And unfortunately, I've had to experience it firsthand now. Luckily for me, a lot of them somewhat come back when reintroduced to them, but a lot of them don't. And a lot of the most impactful things don't. Some of the really meaningful things. It just hurts so much trying to search for something, and you know that it should be there, but you can't find it. So, yeah, hopefully it doesn't come with as much of the memory loss anymore. I think the main part of the memory loss came from those like 3 intense sessions every week. And hopefully, even if it's like weekly now, it will not be as severe. But, unfortunately, at this point, I have to just take the hits and keep on trudging. But more than anything, I appreciate you guys so much for sticking with me through all this, and especially more than anything, I think the happiest thing that's happened for me, the thing that's made me the most satisfied about talking about mental illness, is how many people it's affected. I've had so many people come out to me in the stream, or even YouTube comments telling me that they were inspired by my openness about mental illness, to go to a psychiatrist or go to a therapist, or to realize that things weren't quite right with themselves and that they weren't happy with how things were going, and that something just seemed off. And that, while sad to hear, I'm so happy that people are helping themselves as a result, and that I could have had some sort of impact. It means so much to me, and I'm so glad to hear that you guys, at least got some positive impact from all this, and that I'm not just complaining to and avoid. So I really appreciate you guys telling me stuff like that, and I appreciate the courage that you've all taken in just doing that for yourselves. But to the people that are still watching and have not had any sort of issues themselves, to you, I say thank you, just as much for listening and for, trying to understand, because that itself is a certain strength. So thank you so much for that. And thank you for, hopefully being able to be more open to other people in your lives that might have issues, or other people that you encounter on a daily basis. So thank you guys all so much, really. So I want to make it all grim though. I do have some news that's around Smite here. So basically I have been open about going over to Smash Ultimate in December when it drops, 3 months from now, almost exactly 3 months from now, because it's early December. And I don't know, how many people will transfer over. I don't know how many people are interested in it. It seems like, a decent amount are, which is great. I'm so happy to see that, of course. Not just, for my own personal success going forward with it, but because, I would miss the hell out of my regulars in the stream, as well as people that comment on YouTube, and just, it hurts to see some of your personal audience drop off. So I decided that for the end of Smite here, for the last 3 months, I'm gonna try. That's one thing I really haven't been doing much in Smite, is trying as hard. We've seen a lot of blink shenanigans. We've seen a lot of haphazard kind of play, and I'm always gonna have a reckless kind of approach to the game. I mean, I'm impatient, and a lot of the time the recklessness ends up paying off as well, because I can do things that's unexpected, or the boldness just kind of gives a certain strength in the game to me. But yeah, more than anything, I actually do want to, with all the gods that I'm playing, all the sub requests, all the funky picks and such, I want to start to try at least a bit. I want to try to get into Grandmasters by the time that this game ends. The game, as I've mentioned many times, and probably too many at this point, doesn't matter to me nearly as much anymore. But I want to, leave on a good note. If we can't make it, whatever. But at least I'll know that I tried harder for my audience, and I've realized that I'm at 80 something TP in Masters right now. The bar is getting really high for Grandmasters because some people are super try hard, and the Uller every game winning 80%, 85% of their games, and yeah, there's a rough there's a rough curve that we're gonna have to get over with playing all the gods that we normally play and stuff. But I also set up that sub request restriction thing where there's certain gods that I won't play for normal sub requests anymore. So I think I should, with that, have a pretty good chance still. I always maybe arrogantly said that I think that I still belong in Grandmasters even after my disappearance from the game, and my kind of just drop off in skill a little bit, and just drop off in care. But I still think that I do truly believe that I still am capable of that by any means. So I figure I might as well try, right? We're here for 3 more months. 3 months is a while. We're playing, quite a bit every day. So I might as well try to leave, a strong mark as we go forward. So that's where I'm at. That's what I'm going to try for. I'm happy that I was able to do this video without the silly background music that doesn't fit at all with videos like this. So yeah, thank you guys again so much for everything, and for always giving me the strength to keep on going here. And also just thank you so much for allowing me to want to try and to have more fun along the way. So I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely stay tuned, because hopefully the videos to come will have just a little bit more competitiveness to them, and